Hi guys, it's me, Ruowen Huang. I have a very busy week this week. Literally, I have clients every day, which, is beyond my usual clientele. But anyway, before I begin, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ruowen Huang. I'm an author, spirit coach, and also a psychic. Today, I want to talk about focus on the life you want, not your problem. The reason I want to talk about this is because during many clients that I talked to this week, I noticed a common question. I mean, sure enough, I have a lot of clients this week, and it seems like everybody always bring their problem to me and want me to figure out how can they solve their problem, right? So even though they all have various different problems, right? I do notice something in common. That's why I thought I would share that with you. Have you guys ever played a game called I Spy? Called I Spy. I spy with my little eye something red. I spy my little eye with something wrong, right? Something like that. And then you realize as moment as you start playing this game called I Spy with my little eye something red, you start looking for anything red, or you realize all the red things start popping up in front of your eyes, and then you start paying attention to it in order to find what that red something is, right? This exercise, like we usually play this game when we're really young, right? But this exercise that we play since we were young is actually called built-in. It's some built-in psychic power. You may or may not believe, but it's your built-in psychic power. That is, we have a tendency, or we have a skill to able to target or spot in the thing that we're looking for. So, those things will pop up or become like 3D effect or something. So your subconscious, your mind actually have the skill to do so. Therefore, you're able to target the things that you're looking for. You know what I mean? So we all build in with this. This doesn't really require some psychic power. We all build in with that. So if you understand this, and then what I'm going to bring you to, then you will start understand. A lot of time, people come to me with problem. This problem seems to bother them for a long time, sometimes lifetimes, sometimes almost half of the century. They still worry about the same problem that they have since they were kids, right? And then they seems to have very difficulty to get away from this. They don't know how to get out of this bad cycle and things like that. Because all they see is, I see this is a problem, I see this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem, and I don't know how to get out of it. It's the same thing as when you're playing I Spy. The more you're focusing on looking for something, the more you will find it, right? Does that mean all the wonderful thing is not there? No, that's not so. It's just because your mind is so drilled to find that problem and where that problem is, with or without intention to fix it. But you do have intention to find it. Therefore, you will find it. By looking for it, as you will see, every time we're playing I Spy game, what do? We eliminate things that's not right? Does that mean they're bad, that good thing, that bad thing? No, they just simply because that's not something we're looking for. So apply the same thing as your life. When you're really focusing on what problem I have, and then, how people is treating me bad and things, does that mean there's no good thing happen to you? No, it's just because your mind is so determined to find out what that problem is, you automatically, erase or overlook all the good things that's around you. So therefore, at the end, it brings you down to where? It brings you down to make you believe, or you are even convinced, your life is miserable. My life is miserable. My life doesn't have anything good happen. This is what I end up having, right? So throughout this week, I realized I spend a lot of time. Sometimes I almost hear myself like a broken record, continue telling people like, you do have to spend some time to love yourself. You do have to spend some time to find yourself. You do have to spend some time to, find out what you like and dislike. You know what I mean? I guess in my mind, I thought those were common sense. It's not until I start to realize how loving yourself is really a hard concept for people to comprehend. You know what I mean? So especially for Asian culture, I would say especially for Asian culture, we were raised in a way like we very often tell us to compromise ourselves in order to, reach a greater goal, in order to reach a better outcome. You know what I mean? So a lot of clients I talked to in the past week, it seems like they are so common of living their life compromising themselves. That is, they're afraid to speak out what they want. They're afraid to ask what they want. They're afraid to go ahead and just do it. Just do it. Even though their heart tell them to do so, they're afraid to just do it. Right? Because they think they need to compromise. They think they need to listen to what other people say. They think they need to listen to what other people's suggestion is. Right? Those kind of situations may not happen as much in Western countries, since I guess Western country believing individuality development, right? Or, pursue what you want, go what you do, or things like that. But in the Asian country, it seems to be a common trend. Like people very often compromise themselves to a point that people thought that's them, right? But they are not really happy living as the life they want. So anyway, feel like I'm beating around the bush. But what I really want to say is, whatever you focus in your life will become, it will manifest, or you will, magnify, or you will enlarge, or whatever you call it. But you know what I mean. It's simply like you're playing I Spy game. So if you have a habit continuously looking for a problem, and then after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you still don't understand why you're still having this problem, the answer is very simple: because you continue looking for it. Does that mean you will end up this way and then your life will be miserable from now on? There's no way out? No. If you follow my blog long enough, you will know. The answer is no. In order to start creating a better life, you have to then start seeing the big picture. Understand what picture you're looking at. That is, instead of looking for something red, right, you start to let go of the problem and start stepping back and looking at a picture and really understand what kind of picture I'm looking at. You are looking at a picture that called your life. Who you want to be, how you want to be. There's some purpose that you want to achieve. There's some goal that you want to do. There's your like and dislike. You have to see that picture. When you start seeing that picture, you will realize there's so many wonderful things in there that you miss, you overlook, because you were so determined to find out what that red thing is, right? So only when you can let go of that red thing, step back and looking at a big picture, then you will start to understand you are standing in front of a picture that you can create anything you want. You can create a life you want, you can create anything, right? If this is the case, you will start to realize, instead of focusing on the problem, which is what our tendency is, because we have tendency to fix things, maybe it's about time. I don't care how old you are, but it's about time to focusing on the life that you want. Really, we all come to this world for a reason, to create a life that we wanted. Why do we want to create a life we wanted? Just so through the whole journey, our soul will evolve. So I would suggest you all, no matter what age you are, this is about time to really sit down and think about what kind of a life I want. What kind of life I want. What kind of people I want to be. Who do I want to be? Really, if you understand respect, right? Then just go ahead, start designing the life that you want. Start living the life that people want you to live, no matter what kind of title they have upon you, right? A lot of people ask me and say they don't know how. If you really, really don't know how, my suggestion, very simple. Start saying no. No to things that you really don't want. No to things that you really don't feel it. Your heart just don't feel right. You don't feel right, right? Start to say no. Exercise that muscle. That muscle you're supposed to train when you were young. That means somewhere around, 2-year-old, 3-year-old. that muscle that you forgot that you have, I would say it's about time for you guys to still get onto it and start exercising it. Because through saying no, sometimes you do find your own strength. You do then have the courage to start go ahead, go the route that people don't agree, go the path that people don't believe in, and then start creating something because you feel it, you see it, and you believe that would be it. Why? Because now you no longer see the problem. You see the future that you always wanted. And then you will have that courage to just go ahead and make that happen. So anyway, just a little bit thought after a whole week's consultation to share with you all. Again, if you like what I'm doing, you can always join me live on Facebook or go to subscribe my YouTube channel or my website, ruowen.com. Till then, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.